Hi, this is Brandon with Precision Defensive Solutions, and today we're going to talk about a new little piece of gear that is the second attempt of a journey that I've been on for, well, probably about 8-9 months. I have been looking at and really seriously considering carrying a weapon-mounted light on my everyday carry gun. And it's been a journey. I started with the TLR-1. That didn't really work out real well. It was a little bit too big for me. Tried a couple different holsters. Brent at Haven Defense Co., which there's a link in the description for a 10% discount on those if you're in the market for a new holster. Brent makes some great holsters. And so tried it out. Didn't like it. It was a little bit too big, a little bit too heavy. Just didn't work, so I sold them. Put them on eBay, sold them. And recently I went back and I bought two more because one for my training gun, one for my everyday carry gun. Set them up, tried to carry it for about a week. Really didn't work out well. So I returned them to Amazon. And I decided to try the TLR-7. Well, one of the concerns I had about the 7 was the being able to reach the controls. Well, that worked out pretty well. My finger reaches the control and I can activate it on and off really easily, which is kind of nice. So this little light, very small footprint. It's very light in weight, and it's not wider than the gun. So something to consider too is, as we're talking about the size, we're talking about the brightness and the size of it. I put one on a blue gun of a VP9, and you can see how flush that is to the gun, and that works really well. I really like that because the muzzle blast shouldn't mark up the lens, especially on my carry gun with a comp. But I also put one on a P30 and it's a little bit longer, and this is a blue gun also. It's just a piece of plastic, a training gun, just to kind of show the size. So that might be a pretty good option too, because I'm looking at carrying my P30 for a smaller footprint. Now, this isn't going to talk about what it's going to be like to carry it. Brent's making me a holster for it to make that work. But I think I'm really going to like this. As far as its brightness, it's not as bright as the TLR-1. It's definitely not as bright as my mod light. But I'm not using it as a searchlight. So this is my everyday carry gun, doubles as my home defense gun also. And in a smaller footprint, my wife and I live in an 800 square foot condo. So in a smaller floor plan and footprint in our home, well, 1,000 lumen light is really bright bouncing off those walls. So right now, the camera's at just about 30 feet. There is a fire extinguisher on the back door, or near the back door, but it's really difficult to see in the dark. I can kind of see the shadow of it, but I'm not even sure it's going to show up in the video. But if I shine the light down towards the floor, all of a sudden you can see it pretty well. If I shine it up on the ceiling, you can still see it. If I shine it straight out, we're getting everything by that back door and everything that's on the wall. So I've backed up a little bit. Now I'm at about 45 feet. The camera is still at about 30 feet. Let's see if we can take a look and see how we do here. Yeah, and let's see. Pretty good on the door too. So I'd say that this little light has quite a bit of power for its little footprint. So that's pretty impressive, honestly, in that distance. And for a defensive light on a handgun, in all honesty, if the ambient light around you isn't enough, or you need to spot something further out, you shouldn't be pointing a gun that way anyway. And that's what the handheld light's for. So I kind of like that this is a little bit less on the brightness. The clarity may not be as good as the mod light or as the TLR-1, but that's okay. Okay, the little bit of yellow tint in it is fine. Doesn't bother me a bit. And I know some of you are going to say, well, you know, if you got a handheld light, how are you going to shoot and all this? Well, that's when you drop it. I mean, literally just drop that light and switch to the pistol mounted light. Or honestly, maybe you shoot one-handed. I don't know. It all depends on the tactics and the needs and things like that. You can ask what ifs all day long. But for the price point of this light, I am really, really super impressed with it. And I know it's not a new item on the market, and I know it's you know, been around a while, and I know people are going to say, well, this video's not very timely, but it's new to me, and I wanted to share my thoughts on it. So, hope everybody's doing well. Take care, everybody. Be safe. I'm really sorry we haven't gotten many videos out and been really busy, hadn't had a chance to get a whole lot out. I'm hoping to change that soon. So if you got ideas on content, please let me know. I know some of you have said get more HK pistols and firearms in, and start talking about those. I'm working on it, so you know, hopefully we'll see what happens with that. But you know, time and money, right? So take care, everybody. Be safe, and we'll talk to you soon.